Tactic, please queue up carriers. Isn't that coming in a little hot? I don't have any carriers equipped with anything. Tactic, please God help me out. Oh my gosh. Well, this has started out poorly. Alright. First things first. Give me a second. Give me a second, Peak. I really don't want to do this. Oh, 10 to 30 minutes in queues. Okay, well. Alright, so what do we want on this bad boy? We probably want this because it's cheap. We probably want this. And then we probably want that. Alright, so I have 11 million that I can spend on stuff I don't really want to do. Because I'm such a good guy. Alright. What do we got going on here? If anyone was wondering why that was selected as opposed to something more reasonable, it's because I was trying to pull some stats. Well, there's no way I'm making any money off of this, so yep, it's true story. I am streaming a thing. The last time I played a carrier against Peak, I believe that he said all sorts of terrible things about me. Let's see here. Firing AA. And he also tried to snipe the ever-living crap out of me, which was unpleasant. Yeah, clearly that. And return speed 25% HP, cruising speed 5%. I pay attention. I was deeply hurt. All right, so this is Midway. This is the one I think is probably going to be harder for most people. I guess I'm going to play it. See what happens. I don't see any Peak in the battle. I give it another 10 seconds. Shooty boats. Yep. Peak, are you even home? Okay. Who do you got? This is a neat patch. This guy over here. Look at that. He's got a neat patch. All right. If anybody caught the stream today, Final Boss did play this ship, and he did do several things correctly, and he did do a few things maybe not as correctly. Musashi. Okay, thanks for keeping the servers up.
Autopilot mode enabled.
And a Worcester. So I'm going to guess that the Musashi's and the Worcester are sailing together.
Enemy force detected. Fighter airborne.
Musashi, Musashi. Well, that's not right.
Fighter airborne.
So these are very slow torpedoes, as you can tell. And we got a couple of good hits.
Enemy battleships sunk. Off to a great start.
Well, I really
Autopilot mode disabled.
want to make it around this corner, but I really don't want to get shot from 17, 19 kilometers. So what Yep, you're a mod. You're a mod. Musashi has probably worse than you'd expect AA, from what I can tell. But yep, and he's just hanging out there with the Worcester. I think the best thing that we can do in this case is, well, see, we're ending up on the weak side, it looks like. And I don't like to be on the weak side as a carrier, and I really just want them to get rid of that.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Please. What is that? Is that, yeah, AP for days. Great. Okay. Musashi AP protection, pretty good. Pretty good. This guy really doesn't need any help. Yeah, he really doesn't.
Fighter airborne.
Let's see if we can't just keep everybody spotted at the same time. Stalingrad, Montana. Pretty bad. Much better. 15K. Not terrible. Hopefully we'll get about half of those guys back. They do not have as much HP as you would. Snipe peek? No thanks. I'm trying to be polite. Plus, carrier sniping is kind of a questionable thing. All the carriers have incredible AA, and for whatever reason, how do you even say this? Hakuryu has even better AA than I do, which is upsetting. I want most of those to hit the guy who was just on fire.
Destination reached. Autopilot mode disabled.
Because we're picking on him. We're not picking on him for any particular reason other than that he shouldn't have good resistance or AA, and since he's burned his Damacon, we were kind of hoping to get something off of him there. I'm sorry if I'm not paying enough attention to chat. Carriers usually require a great deal of concentration. So yeah, Thursday is the day that all the stuff is coming that hasn't been added
Our team has taken the lead.
to the game yet. And that does include the battle cruiser chest stuff. Ooh, the Worcester is still alive. I don't think it's fair to say that they look horrific. Except for the Zeton. The Zeton looks terrible. The battle cruisers look really ineffective and marginally fun to play. This thing has incredible AA. Yep, I just wanted to test that out. It also has a 95mm deck, which means you can't carrier snipe it, except with torpedoes. That's a little bit annoying. Peak, you might have already known that, but that was news to me. That's why we call this boat science.
Our victory is in sight.
I wonder what AP bombs will do in the future. My guess is that if the AP bombs can get through 95mm of deck armor, then they ought to do a ton of damage.
Autopilot mode disabled. Fighter airborne.
Wheel. But 95mm, I don't think it's going to get through it because usually the August Fun Possible has a really tough time, if not an impossible time, getting through the deck armor of even the Yamato. Yeah, 95. 95 is what the Hakuryu or whatever the heck has. Not too bad. Ooh, Tactic Angel. right in the middle of the pack. Peak, very nearly leading a team that did not perform. Unfortunate. Oh, we didn't lose money there, which is nice. So this is what you're kind of getting with. Hakuryu starts with 99 AA. Not that it's significantly different than 100 AA. By the time you put a commander on it, it probably has 100. But yeah, that is just crazy amounts of AA. You can see this has actually these 40 millimeter Type 5. Those are theoretically Bofors. So those little guys on the side are basically the same thing that we had. Bofors pretty much used everywhere around the world at the time, and this is what's going to make carrier sniping and the survivability of these carriers deceptively good compared to what you would expect, because you see a lot of green on this screen, and then we see this 95 millimeter deck. I straight up zero dropped peak in that last game, just because I was curious what would happen. The Midway is kind of similar. It has a much bigger citadel. It has a few extra bits of armor. If we strip away the top, we can't quite get it. But you can see on the back of this, and then obviously stretching over part that isn't there anymore, is we have what, I don't know how thick this is, a 50 millimeter plate. That's gonna do a lot to stop plunging fire. And then we've got on the deck 87, pretty good, pretty good stuff. So I think both of these ships are gonna bounce a lot of AP from distance, unless you're aiming waterline. But anyway, okay, so what else is there that I wanted to say about this ship? Oh, yeah, so the other thing, if you're thinking about getting one or the other one of these, you really want to pay attention to this aircraft restoration time. I have it at 77 seconds. It starts at 90 seconds, and I only start with 26 planes on deck. The Midway has a lot more strike potential per strike, so it's going to play better for people who really know what they're doing. The Hakuryu is different. This is unupgraded. You start with 32 or 34 on deck, and the restoration time starts at 40 seconds. Oh my gosh, it's Proto. Proto, I like that logo, man. That looks good. Midway will often benefit from pre-drops. Hakuryu, you can play with a little bit more reckless abandon and just go out there and absolutely throw planes at the enemy, essentially. I believe it. I believe a great guy made you that logo. Just see if I can't reach around and pat myself on the back there. The boat science I was trying to do today, because I put a picture, an edited picture in the thumbnail, was actually I was going to run the Musashi through its paces, even though I hate the Musashi. I mean, I don't even need to play it to know I hate it, but for science, the first thing we'll do is see if we can't get the Sigma under control. You've been working 54 hours a week? Ugh. It feels like there's a lot of extra empty deck space here that really, you could put like so many shuffleboard decks there. I'm just going to take a quick look. This thing's got a deck armor of 57. Is that the same as on the Yamato? They tend to do silly things with deck armor. 57. So Yamato tends to not get Citadel from August von Parzival. I have a feeling it might have something to do with the 200 millimeter top deck plate. That could also have something to do with it. So, I don't know. It's possible. It's possible. There's no way for me to queue up Parzival or Graf Zeppelin if I was that dumb. To try to see a Midway or something like that. Musashi. There you go. As you can tell, I was very, very interested in all of the Japanese Tier 8 ships. So here we go. Musashi. Oh, we'll see how terrible this thing is. I'm expecting shotgun. Great time to have a training room? When isn't a great time to have a training room? I would have said any time in the last 3 years would have been a nice time for the training. How would you figure better? Those decks look so lonely without all of that extra AA on it. I kind of really hope the first time out of the port syndrome, shooting HE. We're not going to do that. I heard 1.65, so... Oh, come back. Well, he clearly slowed down a little bit there. Let's go see. .69. Yeah, that looks terrible. I'd keep your speed up, buddy. I would keep your speed up. We got a lot of vertical dispersion there, which is curiously useful when you're shooting at somebody driving away from you. Why can't I buy the legendary CVs for doubloons? So apparently there was some problem with the shop about how the game interacted with you once you bought them with doubloons, and they were explaining it on the stream today. I think the short answer is it wasn't working as intended, and it should be back in a day or two. That's what it sounded like to me. If all of you could stop shooting my ship, that would be nice. Wait a minute. Tactic Angel, there's a tiny little triangle.
All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
Alle Stationen, Feuer auf das Ziel konzentrieren.
So who wants to take bets on whether... Oh. That's exciting. Because I would prefer not to have to... Ooh. Come on, run away. Run away forward.
Alle Stationen, brauche Feuerunterstützung.
Yes. Yes. Remember, folks, all guns are accurate at the ranges they're intended to be fired at. For me, that's usually under 5 kilometers. Come here. Come here. Hello?
敵駆逐艦の撃沈を確認。All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
It's always a good time. We apply the precise amount of damage. I don't know, 3.5 kilometers, they seem pretty accurate.
Feuer auf festgelegtes Ziel konzentrieren.
À tous les bâtiments. Cible stratégique repérée à cette
It's
position.
delicious. Tonight we have a Centauri Toki, Japanese whiskey, of kind of entry-level loveliness, but it is a really, really nice.
敵巡洋艦を撃沈。
A really, really nice whiskey. Very, very scotchy.
Acknowledged.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Support the allied target.
Ooh.
J'ai besoin d'un appui.
That looks like a crappy shot, because it looks like he's speeding up. Son of a gun. Excuse me. Get down, Mr. President.
Attention, support that target. 警告 敵駆逐艦を撃沈。
Alright, what did I just hit? I know what I was aiming at. Oh, I want him. Yeah. No. Everybody, you know, like, jump to save me. That's the important thing. Well, now we're on fire way too many times. I would like to not be on fire anymore, but that's not going to happen. We're still we're losing? What's wrong with the cap? Okay, Republic, you're not going to get as punished as you ought to be if you sail out there like that, but it might not be exactly what you want to do. Why? Why? Oh no. No, hit him. Oh, that is... Boop. It's true, Aaron. I won't be on water under fire. Well, by all sense and reason, we ought to win this. I'm gonna leave it just like this for a second.
Alle Stationen, melde Position eines strategischen Ziels. À tous les bâtiments.
All right.
Nice work. That was a great battle.
I think we got a little bit lucky there, but I was mostly curious to see what would happen if I did that. This is usually how it goes the first couple of games of this. Of course, usually when I'm doing boat science, I just sit here and just do one ship. I'll do it like 4 times with Takeo Takagi, and if I have an idea, I might switch around some of my inspirations. I might switch around some of my equipment. I am a little upset about only having 2 heals. It makes me a little sad. I don't know why the main gets 3. I don't understand why not GK, FDG, this guy only gets 2 as well. It's kind of upsetting to me. I think that it's much more likely that Hakuryu gets nerfed, and I think it's more likely that the Midway gets buffed. I already, since I'm still working on this as slow as possible, I only bought one of them so far, and I bought the Hakuryu because it's probably just going to be It's going to be easier to play. The thing has a stupid number of planes. And you can basically fly them around like a total idiot. I could probably show everybody if everybody wants to see it. Peek, are you still out there? Or Aaron? Do you want to play one of these flying disasters? Alright, let's see here. So, I don't know why you would do that. I could see an argument for a gun firing range. The 3% here is pretty big. This is buying you over 4,000 hit points over the course of a game. It's actually more like 5 or 6 stock, so we'll go with that. I don't think most people are going to really want to mess with other carriers at legendary tier just because I don't think you can do that much damage to them. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be so poor. Boat science. Yes, this is how we science the boats. What does that look like? Wow. Inspiring. Not really. Well, I guess we'll see if there's a CC in the queue when we hit the X. Nope. Yes! Peak in the Midway. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is terrible. All right. So I guess the correct answer is I have 28 planes or 38 planes on deck as opposed to the 26 that you saw with the Midway. So this is a completely different animal. I've got 8. They attack in pairs. You can throw... I don't want to say anything mean, because this could technically be taken as stat shaming. But Prince Blip didn't say he played carriers well. He actually said, don't play carriers like this. It took him about 14 minutes to deplane himself, flying almost as aggressively as he possibly could. So as long as you pay any attention to the survivability of your planes, you will not run out of planes with this particular thing. Now the unfortunate thing is, you can see I've only got 1 torpedo under each one of these, so not as much potential for just really big salvos, but because this has a higher well, that's really annoying, because that's a lot of potential damage. Because this has a higher damaging torpedoes, you tend to get a fair bit more floods. Now, that wasn't great, but I'll take it. 13,000 damage. I'm trying not to overreact in terms of what I do. That was a bad placement for that. With my carrier, because I mean, I know that, like, in this sort of setup, there's just not that many. There's just not that many ships. That turn out away from the flak monster. This is further boat science. This is nothing personal, Peak. I just want to see if these also shatter. Yep. Okay, so they both shatter off of each other. Nice. Well, these also have faster torpedoes, so people will probably do better with them, because now I think that's still probably behind him. Alright, we're good. Guten Abend. Wie geht es Ihnen? Sorry, I'm slurping my whiskey. So in this case, we haven't pre-dropped anything, and we're flying into kind of two. These actually don't have incredible amounts of HP per plane. The Midway actually has less than several tier 7 carriers. Yeah. Alright, we need 20 seconds. What I'm doing here is bad. Yep. So that's bad carrier gameplay. I should have kept him spotted, because I can make this maneuver to see if he's coming around the other side pretty much at any point. And actually, it's going to help if I know he's going to pop out the other side before I even try to get in there. Nicht so gut. Well, we'll get a hit. Anyway. No flooding. Not so great. Yamato, I could potentially finish off here with. Well, I tend to play with high HP planes and. Is this Minotaur versus Minotaur? Yep. He should like this angle. This is not a good angle to be dropping at. Sorry, gentlemen. I shall. For whatever reason, smoke screens seem to have almost infinite height in spotting mechanics, which is a little bit annoying. Now he's going to nose into me. And if if I didn't get him there, he'd have got. Another way. I'm gonna go ahead and recall these. Wait, no, this isn't what I want. No, please go back. Please go back. Now this is where I wouldn't count on getting more than one drop in. I can probably get to peak. It'll be fine. Go play hunting simulator or the flight sim. It'll all be fine. Are you doing the hunting simulator with everybody else? Oh. All right. So we accidentally hit the wrong button after doing our pre-drops. So we just did that. Usually you don't get to see it when the controller slips and I accidentally press down. But there you go. Alright, so we're going to be able to get 2 guys in there. The cap is going to just utterly wreck at least half of these. Cap being Combat Air Patrol. Anybody's not familiar with. AA is off. Well, your cap is still going to wreck me. Aw. GG's peak. You could have left it on for science. You really got to end the Mino on Mino violence. I don't know. I don't know if anybody agrees with that. Look, peak. You placed relatively better than I did. I was just flying around like an idiot. Asif, I'm good. It's good to see you. We did need to test more, yeah. I actually wasn't planning on testing carriers at all. But, oh look. Thanks to my use of a flag, I didn't lose money. That's pretty rough. Peak, let's connect sometime over the weekend maybe, and we can hash some of this out. Maybe I'll get in a div, not a div, but like a Xbox party with you, and we can smash each other's faces in for a few hours, maybe live on your channel. and I'll just be in the background cackling like an idiot and calling you a jerk if you start trying to snipe me. So we already did two elements of boat science today, which was we had inspected the armor of each aircraft carrier, and then we said it doesn't look like HE bombs are going to work. And in both cases, we were right. HE bombs simply not worth taking against another legendary carrier. That's not going to make it into a video, unfortunately, but maybe it will. Maybe I'll put something together. I'm much more interested in getting some games in with the Musashi. Now, like I said, usually I'd play 4 games with this, more or less, before I moved on to something else. And it might be higher, it might be lower. Then we would probably switch this over to this guy, who would be much more up my alley normally. Yeah, this is the right guy. And this is a straight up wish me luck sort of build in terms of hitting anything. That's cute. Damage control party cooldown, 8%. I don't use damage control parties that often. 5.2. That doesn't get you anywhere if you all the way level it up. You can get up to 7.5. The problem is with 7.5, you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, the secondary armament. The 6-inch guns on the bottom, they're kind of interesting in that they actually can do a huge amount of damage to enemy cruisers if they sail broadside to you. The other thing is that they don't set fires since they're AP, and they never hit anything, which contributes negatively towards their effectiveness. Did they need it too much? You mean nerf it too much? I mean, I guess we can play it in a hot minute. I don't want to do that, but I do. All right, we're going to do this for the lulz. This is a stupid idea. Since we're a little bit curious about just how bad this accuracy can be, boosh. We're going to see this full spread of just how bad our secondaries can be, and we're going to switch out this bad boy for this bad boy because science. Now what are we looking at? Loadout 6.6. That's still terrible and way closer than I would ever want to be. Oh wait, I know the problem. The problem is that I have to do this guy. Secondary battery. Oh boy. 7.6. This is a terrible idea. Haruna 2? Well, I don't have Haruna or any other non-historic character. Now, the one thing I did mention in my Republique video that I wanted to be a lot more negative about building the Republique as a secondary ship, but every game that I played in it as a secondary build was effective. I knew it shouldn't have been, but I won all of them. And every once in a while, you'd see like another ship, and it would be like, yeah, let's go. And then you'd start opening up on it at like 8 kilometers, and it would suddenly slam on its brakes. Like, what? What is happening? It's like secondaries, and it would set so many fires. Pull out game week? What? I don't understand. Have I not been following the chat? Or the lulz? Close to enough steel for the Mighty Mo. I kind of want it, but I don't want to buy it and then immediately they come out with the ship I would rather have. And then, oh, it's going to take another 1.5 years to build up that amount of stuff. Steel. Steel is stuff in this case. God be with me. Here we go. Yeah, those don't look that terrible. Technically, that's 2 hits. So, let's not get too excited just yet. Is this a radar Minotaur? Because this doesn't look like a good idea. That looked pretty bad. I don't need another person. Usually I do boat science by myself. Woo! Those are some pretty wild shots. Oh, well, we're not gonna make this. But we've picked up about 0.5 kilometer of torpedo protection, so pretty happy with that.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
No, come here so I can shoot my secondaries at you. It's almost in range. Come on, brah. No, lock on. Oh, hello. Oh, come on. I accept the challenge. American Made, good to see you. I kind of want this guy to rush me so I can hit the button and see how... There could be a lot of ships. So we are radared. That's the cause of my momentary confusion. I almost kind of wish I could turn on all of the national voices, but select subtitles for some of them. I know that means that our team has taken the lead. Oh, this is not cool. Why would you assume anyone would do this?
完了しました。
Don't shoot me, please. How dare you run? How dare? Anyone else have a nice cold drink in their hand? This is dangerous. Yeah, could I be not spotted here? That would be nice. Well, the dispersion could leave something to be desired. Go away. Go away. Oh, you're too far. You're too far, too kind of in a different way. Oh, you! Make my ship less dead. Oh, come here. Come on. Why? Is my front turret dead? Can't tell. Okay. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. That's a Minotaur. Oh, boy. Come on, turn, baby, turn. Because we do not want to be at this angle when we... Yeah. Nope, too far forward. So the smart play is to shoot the Minotaur, but I don't want to do it. Okay, I've been given no chance to shoot him. So now let's see here. You should start shooting at him, right? Stop. Yep, right where you could see he was aiming at the cheek. The infamous cheek. That is going to be a win. And that is... Probably none of these games are realistically... Alright. I guess I can't see the armor model. There you go. The infamous... I don't know. It's actually kind of potato shaped if you think about it. It's rounded at the edges. But yeah, you just shoot in there at that angled cheek. And all sorts of crazy fun can happen. So, yeah, it's got exactly the same sort of thing. How many secondary hits? Not enough. Not enough to justify doing that. The other problem is the number of times you're going to face a Yamato. It's going to be rough with a 32 millimeter bow. Every Musashi can punch you through the bow. Every Yamato can punch you through the bow. Everything else is going to shoot HE at you. I'm just a little bit... And the thing is, I don't even think you can really get all 9 of these. Even if you drove straight at somebody, I bet only the center gun would fire until you were at least to here. And then the other one would be obstructed. Is this already back? Alright, well, I mean, 8. 8 hits, I think, for 0 damage. Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright. I saw somebody say the word Des Moines. I've been to Des Moines. It's not a wildly interesting place. We're going to put that on just for a little bit of a safety blanket. I can pretty much live with this. Really, if I wanted the Des Moines to function at or better, about where it was before, is I could switch out Swirsky for the Italian guy. I don't remember his name. Campione's the base commander. It's the guy with... I'm not insane. Mimbelli? That sounds Italian. But another. So the thing is, Strider, I actually don't really like IPAs. I know you're a big fan of the channel. But I'm not going to lie to you. I really don't like IPAs. I think we're coming down off of the IPA craze that started like 5 or 6 years ago. I think we're starting to get better beers out there. But give me a Pilsner, give me a Bock, give me a Matson or a Golden Lager.
Action stations.
Well, I'm also being polite. The degree to which I dislike IPAs is... it's pretty profound. Oh, wait. Did I explain why my stream looks like crap and probably sounds like crap again today? So I did find my Elgato, and I plugged it in. And the darn thing is broken. I fiddled with it for about an hour to try to update the drivers, update all this other stuff. And the audio would come through crackly, and the video never came through. So I'm going to guess that thing is just totally screwed up. Yeah, the more local you can get your beer, the better, really. And probably the better. The fresher. Ow. What's your problem, man? The fresher your IPA is, actually, it can make a pretty big difference in the flavor profile. Hey, engaging American cruiser gameplay. I found an island I like. Let's practice our gunnery.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Uh-oh. Not interested, thank you. We've just got spotted from the middle. Oh, hello. Is that Minotaur? Yeah, the Minotaur totally outranges me. Attack engagement. There are, oh! Lin Ying is really actually pretty tasty. It's one of my brother's favorite beers, and I don't mind it either. Well, I guess he's still probably there. I'm not 100% sure. That guy might be running baked potato, though. So there could be a Delny. He could be coming this way.
Team has taken the lead.
Darkwing, welcome. Hello. Yes. So he's at 9.5. A little disappointed about this. Let's see if we can't sneak a shot in before... Yeah, he turned already. Son of a gun. We really don't need to push, so we're gonna try not to throw away games if we don't have to. I mean, unless we're running a secondary build, in which case we'll throw a lot of games away because it's just fun. Yamato? I mean, as long as he doesn't get torpedoed to death, he should be okay.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
I would love to. I think he's sitting in there with the Delny. Well, I didn't nuke him, but I facilitated the nuking. How? How? Oh, wait. Yeah, he jumped out in front of that Yamato.
We've destroyed an enemy battleship.
Oh, this was a bad idea. Oh, well, we did not get the shots off, as we expected.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Tactic Angel, how dare you throw the game? Alright, this is bad, because we do have the point advantage. The game hinges pretty heavily on this duo, I think. Is the Kutuzov available for GXP? I believe the answer is yes, but I think we can check that in the store in just a second. Uh-oh. Did not get the torpedo off.
Nice work.
Yep, Kutuzov is a farming machine, but that's pretty much it. Sorry, man, I did my best. Yamato unfortunately got Yamato'd in the side. This does look like it's going to be a win. Go to Choppy and then got Donskoy after that. I'm going to leave you all for just a moment here watching this while I take care of ordinary things.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Have we thrown it away yet? No. That guy's name is epic. I don't know if you saw it, but it was Taekwon Donuts. Unfortunately, I have a sneaking suspicion that our Yamato is going to get torpedoed into little tiny bits. It looks like he only absorbed twice as many torpedoes as he would have needed to in order to die. So we're actually going to lose that. Not great. At a certain point, you do just need to drive away. I mean, overall in Des Moines, we didn't. I mean, 124 is not bad. It didn't feel all that much worse than normal. I mean, it was only a half of a second, right? So we went from, this would have been like 4.8 to 5.3. I don't know. Probably not a big deal. Where would we even find this? I'm about 29 million away from that. Yeah, Kutuzov is currently in the store. So, yeah, you can buy it. I would largely agree that it is just a farmer. It's nothing super interesting or special, but it is an option. And if you like to farm, then maybe it is for you. Yeah, I still do not have the Stalingrad. So I can relate to anybody who is maybe a little skeptical about buying that. What am I going to do with this? So normally this is a little bit of a sneaky secondary option, but with AP secondaries, not as good. I don't know why you would want to. The thing is, what this ultimately comes down to is if you build this with Togo Haihachiro, it looks like the best way to go is try to stealth your yourself as much as possible, and then you take away the accuracy equation by range, but range doesn't help you after you start shooting. Um, the short range doesn't help you because you're just going to get wrecked. Good consumable use, great. I don't like any of this. So curious thing about all of this is I'm going to come down here to tier 7 for a second to talk about things that you don't think should work but usually do. JC talked me into this, and as you can see, I do not have enough XP to get to the Yugamo, but I've been running a straight up let's go fight people build on this thing, and it's kind of hilariously good. You still get a little bit screwed from time to time just based on whatever. Ooh. So this was on the high level ones because we had the 5x weekend. No longer 5x, so we'll just go with this. Oof. Straight into a game. And it is actually sometimes pretty effective. The Stalin Chad is the choice of a man of culture. Well, we don't have much use for culture around here. Ooh. Another Musashi. Thank you for keeping the servers on. That guy can probably afford to get the Missouri. Just nothing but steel for days.
Machen wir ihnen das Leben schwer.
So I got a Z-23, a Fletcher, and a Yugamo. Doesn't Space Fishy increase your the speed of your torpedoes, or is it the range? It's the speed, because
Achtung, Beschützen der Basis ist unsere Hauptaufgabe.
the American Commander gives you range, I think. I'm curious if there will be a commander with the base trait of decreases chances of, etc. So that's based on HP of modules. So I think you could see something like that, but it would probably be stated more like increases the hit points of secondary and AA mounts or something like that by, like, I don't know, it would have to be a lot, 25, 50%, somewhere in that range before it became kind of interesting and or good. So we're going to guess that this guy is going to post up on the corner. Oh. Yeah, that is like the one person I didn't want to see. So we're going to go ahead and hit the get away button. And remember, the Piotr Bergechon has radar now. So a little more of a danger to me now than it was maybe a little bit earlier when it came out. I never thought it was a particularly bad ship, but it is fragile. And this looks like between two. Yeah, it looks like it might be just one. This isn't gonna work. Stop. Stop. I needed to do that earlier. That was some poor choices. We'll just pretend like I dodged those torpedoes. So Vladivostok should be down. And I don't really want to go looking for the Fletcher, but I will. 75 knots with Space Fishy. It's not crazy. I mean, 75 knots is pretty fast, even if you have a really big torpedo detectability like 1.8, 1.9 kilometers, if they're going fast enough, it really doesn't matter. Turrets, engines, steering. Okay. Yeah, I got you. I misunderstood what you meant maybe by modules. I guess that is, I mean, that's straight up possible. It would have to be pretty good before I would consider taking it, but wait a minute. So he is in probably this square or this square? And I keep playing like the Piotr Brigation doesn't have radar. It totally does. Jaxt, welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm actually not trying to make you all dizzy. I do sometimes play like this. I'm terribly sorry. How dare you drive away from my torpedoes? I feel pretty okay that the Piotr can't shoot at me, and I felt pretty good about maybe getting a couple of hits in on the Fletcher. But apparently I am deep in my cups and just cannot hit anything. So I think they fixed this, but it used to be that you could actually tell a little bit about what was going on. This guy is trying as hard as he can to run into me. Either that or he's also just doing the circle while watching his torpedoes. But it used to be that you could actually kind of... I don't really want to call it cheat. But the RPF indicator would indicate based on the position of your camera. And I think they fixed that so you can't use it for scouting purposes with torpedoes. Have I tried that combination? No, I have neither Atago, Al, or Space Fishy. So all normal commanders that you can get playing the game without having to support a third party for me. So Mordov has an ability, I think, in like the third or fourth row that decreases the chances of your main battery being knocked out. Who are you and what are you asking me for? So he is clearly asking me for will to rebuild. So I'm going to slam on the brakes here and try to be a good teammate. He does not have it very highly leveled. I'll do you one better. If you don't start shooting, I'll help you get back to... Okay, never mind. Okay. Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. A second smoke screen isn't going to make it any better. Oh no. P-Bag's got me radared from the other side of the mountain. Oh wait, he's dead. Skill to rebuild. I like that. That's pretty good. I actually haven't heard that. Okay. Oh, 9. Right at the wrong time. I'm doing all right. Tex, how are you doing? Mein Laden. Or my Naven. My Naven. Okay, there you go. That's what you get. Just notice they added the shell hit on top belt indicator now. I have not noticed that. I was in a game with you, Tactic, where you were in a Musashi GG. Well, GG. I hope we were on the same team because I think I won most of these games. Right? So close. So close. Yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. We got a couple of I guess 4 science games in so far. We had one game in a Kagero to show people that I play kind of stupid things sometimes. Looking at this ship kind of makes me want to play. As you can tell, I have outfitted this as a straight up anti-carrier ship. So I'm probably not going to mess with that. Additional stuff that they talked about in the patch note, not the patch notes, but the the update blog, or the update stream, was that there's no news whatsoever on Italian ships of any sort, which is a little disappointing. This is probably worth it for me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 2% movement and 0.3% more damage reduction? Sign me up. That's worth it. And JJ, I'm doing pretty well. I don't have beer on me. Well, I do. I have it in the refrigerator. I might switch over to that once we enter the third hour of the stream. But right now I have Centauri Toki whiskey, and there's so little of it that it almost doesn't seem like I shouldn't just finish it. So this isn't an agile build Abruzzi. As you can tell, the only number we care about with Italian cruisers is sea detectability. Here we're running with a solid 7.8. Big fan of very sneaky cruisers. If we can get the destroyers out of the game, then I become the biggest destroyer there is. And I'm going to try to take up a strong position here in the middle. We'll see if it actually works. This is not a super great idea, but at the same time, if there isn't a destroyer over there that wants to contest the cap, then I should get it. And it's actually possible based on my really, really short. Whoa. That's not great. Okay. I hope I hit that island. I guess I'll probably just stop. If it connects me at all. Not feeling great about this. Okay. Oh, we're not dead yet. We're spotted. What's happening?
Forze nemiche all'orizzonte.
Avvistato incrociatore nemico.
No, that's not a great shot. Now he's accelerating. Stop it. Make up your mind. Either hide and smoke or don't. Alright. Well, I maintain that this was not a completely fair exhibition of whatever it is I was trying to do there. Oh my gosh. That's disappointing. That is really disappointing. We do need to continue to make. Alright. I'll tell you what. We're going to do the same thing in this. But, I cannot wait for them to do something about Italian cruisers, because Italian cruisers with triple concealment and SAP is hilariously mildly effective. It's occasionally pretty broken, but it also isn't that good. So it's kind of a weird thing where sometimes it really, really works well and sometimes it doesn't. What do we got here? Oh, Wichita CE. What does that mean? You don't have to answer that. I know. But if anybody doesn't know what that means, I can explain it.
Tutti ai posti di combattimento.
Alright, 7.9. I think I lied to somebody accidentally on Discord and said that my Gorizia was 7.8. I was clearly confused. 7.9. The Luigi di Savoia Duca degli Abruzzi, 7.8. Trento and Zara are pretty enjoyable now with SAP. Yeah, I mean, I don't particularly like either Trento or Zara. I think Zara's okay. Trento probably gets a little bit more love just because it's not terrible, and like the Uesano and the Monteculi are pretty bad. So the Trento is the first time that you're like, well, maybe actually, the Italian line isn't just complete garbage, and I'm not wasting my time. A fellow linguist? Is that for me, or is that for Garu? Because he was,
Generatore di fumo avviato.
what a jerk.
Rilasciata cortina fumogena.
Not the right angle. Not great. Not great. I mean, I took some Italian. I was actually in Italy. This is bad. Alright, so both of these things have ended terribly. We functionally traded with the Belfast by allowing our enemy to... So is the SAP saturation issue fix this update? According to Blip, the answer is not entirely. So they're still working on it. He said that he had reported something that was wrong with it last week. And if I know anything about software development, which I do, it's going to take more than 2 or 3 days to fix that. But yes, I studied abroad in Italy. And I was terrible at Italian. I could understand it reasonably well, or at least better than an American with 1 semester worth of Italian under his belt, but ended up with a few a few tips and tricks about how to pronounce things that you see. So I'm not sure if you're saying something like I'm pronouncing Goizano correctly or Luigi di Savoia Duca degli Abruzzi. Just rolls off the tongue. Actually, I haven't played this yet. This could fall under the broad category of boat signs, right? This is a Wichita. This is a new Wichita. You can tell it's the new one because it's like somebody turned like the saturation up way too much on their television. Here's the old one. It looks great because it's in, you know, black and blue and blue. Looks great. This is in like really, really blue, really, really blue. And maybe that's purple? White? Anyway. So my sense about this thing is that they're trying to make it play a little bit more like just an inaccurate and trolly Baltimore. I don't want somebody to accuse me of like not taking the attempt to review this thing seriously. But I think based on what they've already told us, that's probably the accurate way of looking at it. I will probably delist my old Wichita video and release a Wichita history and new Wichita review because you can't get the old one, and I don't want anybody to think that it's the same ship. So if you see that review come out, you don't have to watch it. It's going to say whatever. I mean, you don't have to watch any of my videos, technically. But you know what I mean. Are you sure that it's run SAP equals work.properly.html? It seems like that would be at least an XML file. I'm just saying. But yeah. I don't know. They also talked a little bit about the shells fall short phenomenon, and they don't think it's a bug, but they're trying to figure out how to make it so that it doesn't feel like your shells fall short. And I don't know how that's going to work. What do we got going on here? Iowa, Brandenburg. It's nice to have some ship differences. Hubmeister, spelled wrong. Baltimore, Southern Dragon. Okay. Depends on if it's Java or Web 2.0. I think it would depend a lot more about whether or not it's if it's Java, it's probably C or C sharp. That doesn't look terrible. There is going to have to be a ship there for me to hit. Well, that didn't look great. Feels refined next to my Molson beer. Yeah, it might. What do we got here? Baltimore. Don't look at me.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
Alright. Slamming on the brakes so Baltimore misses his shot. Oh, he didn't even shoot at me. Cool. Did you visit Switzerland during your time in Italy? I did not. I was in a tiny little town. Well, the first time I was in a tiny little town called Urbania. which is in the Marche province. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that correctly because it Marche. I'm not actually 100% sure how you say that in Italian because it didn't look like a very Italian word to me. It's near Urbino. It's a town of about 3,000 people when I went there. Very, very lovely place to visit. Beautiful, beautiful country. I didn't understand the language or the culture well enough to really understand why anybody lived there. There didn't appear to be any businesses other than sandwich shops. And some pizzerias. But I got as far north as Milan or Milano, and I went to Firenze or Florence, and I went to Venezia, I think, on the Adriatic coast. That was fun.
The enemy team has taken the lead. Enemy cruiser detected.
Come on, give me some love here. That was the wrong button.
The ship is on fire. The enemy is about to win.
Alright, so this guy is going to straight up try to troll me as much as possible. What? Everyone turns the other way. I'm kind of glad that the destroyer opened up because we're kind of in like do or die territory where you have to start like making things happen. Okay.
The ship is on fire.
That was not great.
Problem solved, sir.
All right. 9.7. Go away, Baltimore. No one wants you. Well, that's disappointing. I did my undergrad in Switzerland. Yeah, I hear Switzerland is a beautiful place. Okay, well, at least we didn't let our team down. Or at least we let our team down less than they let us down. So that was fun. That was fun. I don't recall seeing it mentioned anywhere, but is Wichita going to be available for GXP eventually or just doubloons? They didn't answer that question directly, but they did say that she wasn't going anywhere for a while. So my guess is if you can buy her for doubloons for an indefinite period of time, then she's probably not going to show up for GXP, but that's just an educated guess. I will not be held responsible for guessing. What about playing the Kutuzov? I guess. I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm okay if people yell at me and tell me what to do. I mean, in terms of playing the game, I pretty much respond to it negatively anywhere else. Alright, so... we don't need that, but we would like some credits because we're currently in the poorhouse. Kutuzov is mostly about shooting very, very far away and trying to start fires and sitting in your own smoke, so it's deeply engaging gameplay. 18.4 should be good enough. Had to drive the branch manager's Audi up to Interlaken once. Twisty roads driving someone else's expensive car was memorable. I like that. How much more of this Toki do we have? We'll just, there you go. Das Toki ist vorbei. That's probably not right. Derek? I don't know how they do Japanese words in German. Just that all American words tend to be das. Das. You know, the weird thing is I've had a Missouri review saved on my hard drive for like a year. Almost. And I have not released it. I could release it. Most of the stuff in it's pretty accurate to the ship as it is, as far as I understand it. The thing that's a little intimidating about making a Missouri review is that, like, the Missouri is such an important ship to Americans in general that, like, the history part of it really intimidated me a lot. Because it's like, if I screw this up, then I lose 7,000 of my 6,000 subs. Why am I still spotted? Is it because of a destroyer? That makes me unhappy.
Дымогенератор запущен.
Gonna quickly jump back to 7.7 is the number I need to stay beneath. This will continue for a little bit. Musashi.
Постановка дымов завершена.
Roger.
JC did get the Missouri, and for like a day, we ran like Saipan, Missouri for like a dozen games in a row and just raffle stomped people. It was pretty. I almost reported myself.
I need intelligence data. Affirmative.
So we'll go ahead and leave. Abruzzi probably could have gotten torpedoes all the way out here, and we've only got 30 seconds left, and it kind of looks like we're not going to get any more shots inside of those 30 seconds.
Get back.
Sensei. Hey, welcome aboard. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button. I appreciate everybody who watches my videos. I don't usually stream, I should tell you. This has been kind of a week where I was like, I should do it. I was expecting the German battle cruisers to be out today, and they just aren't. And I had already requested the day off, so, you know, live and learn, I guess. Who would have thought that the early access content wouldn't be out for 2 days after the update, specifically? Yeah. There was a tactics stream in January, May, and now 2 in August. And I keep saying that I should do it more often, and people tell me I should do it more often. But like I said earlier, my Elgato is broken. So I have to do it straight from the PlayStation. Which makes me feel... The production quality isn't great. Go away. Well, that was a big guess and a big miss. More reasons to play Midway. Yeah. Mike keeps trolling me. He keeps saying I should review Midway, the movie, because he knows how much I dislike my own Greyhound review. Elgato, a broken Tier 4 Italian cruiser. Also, pretty good joke.
Attention, reporting the target position.
Hooray, instantly. Maybe this is close enough for me to help him and for him to help me. I hope so. With skill to rebuild as... What is happening? Doesn't he look like he's moving forward? Well, that's not great. Oh boy. Well. I dislike the Greyhound review because
All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
I've gained more subs off of that than any other video that I've created. It's something stupid. And like I made the review for you guys, right? For folks who watch my channel and are like, Tactic Angel, he either knows or more accurately is willing to research things about history and put out videos for us, and like that's cool, right? Like that's what I do. I don't know all of these things. I have to do you know, some research for basically every video, and if I don't, I'm gonna screw something up. Which is unfortunate because occasionally I, you know, don't label a city as existing in the country that it actually does. A little embarrassing. But so I get all these subs, and the problem is that every time I release a video, I lose subs now. And it's mostly, I think, because videos like that are like reminding people that I actually don't review videos on this channel. I basically just talk about boats. And so it's just a little annoying because it's like I was really trying to time my 5,000 sub stream for Veterans Day, the year before the year I ended up doing it, and I kind of slowed down my content creation to facilitate that date, and that just didn't happen. So he's gonna probably want to get all the way around on me. I've activated my sonar early, and I'm trying to put shots a little bit farther back on his ship just to see if I can't hit his other set of torpedoes here. Perfect. Much skill, very intense. So like it was just an annoyance. It's not a really big deal. And the more people who watch any particular video of mine, the more I get annoyed by small things that I just don't like about the video. I largely stand by everything that's in it. I just don't like what the channel has done, what that video has done for my channel, I guess is more the direct. You guys have all seen my videos before. That I can't answer a question within 1,000 words is probably not surprising. Right? This guy's just rambling. There's too many words. Yeah. It's like all of the 30-minute videos that he makes. The 5,000 subs stream though was still really fun, and I hope to get to 10,000 and do it again. Made $3,300 for the Gary Sinise Foundation. That was super great. I think at this point, if I released the Missouri, I don't think anybody would really care about my opinion. Which would be very liberating. Don't shoot me. Stop it. Oh my gosh. I need all of those turrets. Spotted by aeroplane, so the guy is a long way away. This game is over, and there's nothing to do. I feel like I worked really hard for 67,000 damage. So, you had the Ouija balance wand. How do you use it on Florida? I think you could take it in one of two ways. I think anything with a T-shaped citadel is a disaster. By the way, the Midway does have a T-shaped citadel, but because of that 87 millimeter deck, a little bit less disastrous than it might appear. If you short up some of its defenses, you could. I think the much more likely chance would be that they would do something about its accuracy or dispersion. I use the two kind of interchangeably, but I know that they have kind of particular meanings within how we play this game. But I would probably, I think if they were going to do something, they would either lower the ship in the water about a meter, right? Which is kind of one of the first steps that they took with the Tirpitz when they didn't really know what was wrong with it. And lowering it in the water means essentially that more of its citadel is covered by water. And if more of it's covered by water, then it's harder to penetrate. So if we go, oh, yeah. So I was going to the left because I thought that it was, you guys know how much I hate doing this. Even if they just lowered it in the water, so let's say you can see the side of the ship, you can see the armored plate along the side protecting the citadel. If they halved the distance between the water and where that is sitting normally, then you would greatly increase the survivability of this thing, because essentially the problem is this T-shaped citadel sits above the water line a lot. And anything you can do to get that below, or even just take away the T on the top of the T-shaped citadel, I guess would also do it, is going to do a lot to help the survivability of the ship. If you don't want to do that, then you have to make it more accurate, and I think that they look at this with 12 guns and insane amounts of AA, and they think, maybe we don't want to do that. Do you think that a full AA build on Musashi materially improves it versus CV? I think you're going to have a tough time getting around the fact that CVs know that you're not a good ship against aircraft carriers. So you might shoot down one or two extra planes, but I don't think that it's going to make that big of a difference. Let's see here. Where is my Musashi? We'll do another Musashi game because Musashi is new, and this is all about boat science, right? There you go. Musashi. So our AA is 62. I can tell you without really having to look too deeply into this that 62 is cruiser levels of AA. I don't think even tier 8 cruisers. I think like tier 7, tier 6 cruisers. So currently Tier 8 cruisers average 75 for AA defense and put out an average of 323 damage per second. We are clearly nowhere near 323 damage per second. If you increase, the biggest increase would be obviously the range. The further you can get your flak to shoot out there, the more of a target you present. Just because your flak is probably going to do more damage than any of the numbers that you see on this screen. These are rookie numbers, as they say. But really, this is more like, in terms of DPS, this is destroyer level DPS. The range is good, which makes it a little bit better than destroyer. So if I go in here and I, waste some money on this and decide to, let's say, wait a minute, this guy, okay, that is actually with one level of AA already. So I've pushed this out a little bit more. And the only other thing I could do is slow down. Like, this is the only other thing I could do is buy that, which, based on the red text, is kind of telling me strongly that I can't do that because I'm too po. My answer would be probably not very much. We got up to 74. 74 is really close to average tier 8 cruiser territory stock. I probably wouldn't do this, which is why I'm just going to take it off. So I just threw 30 or 50 doubloons away. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. So we're going to try the secondary build thing again because it's stupid and I want to do it. I sell boat science and boat science accessories. Do you have beakers? I need some more beakers for the boat science. Buy some silver. Nobody needs silver. What is this? All right, so we have Let 'em Peek on our team, and Where Are You AA Ron on the enemy team. Both of these guys are CCs. They exist. I have played with them. Peek makes relentless fun of me. I make relentless fun of him. I kind of wish I all of a sudden had the AA on this because they will try to murder me. So we're going to try to stay kind of close to this Worcester because if we don't, our game could be pretty bad. Oh my gosh, I'm a secondary build. This is terrible. This is terrible. I can't even. Oh man. Waffenträger 7. That kind of actually came out after I was out of World Tanks, I think. That was the, no, that was the Gorilla 7 that I'm thinking of. something like that. Lucky shots. Lord help me. Not a really great shell follow view there. Could be really good, most likely really bad. This person looks deceptively like a person who knows who I am.
Attention, support that target.
Yeah, support me. I agree. Ich brauche Unterstützung. Oh, mein Gott.
Attention, reporting the target position.
See, the sad thing is that it's really the enemy Alaska that's ruining my life, but it's the enemy Musashi that I have to worry about ruining my life. Well, I would have to say that we're probably not gonna spend a lot more time on the Musashi in terms of this secondary nonsense. Oh no, we installed the wrong module after we demonstrated the thing. Well, that's a little disappointing. Let's try to make some money. Ooh. So I'm not going to lie, this could go really poorly, but I love the Roma with Iachino. We're obviously automatically trying pretty hard with Go Away, but we've also got Andrew Cunningham and Make Guns Shoot Faster. Tips on Roma. If you want to drive in, Veneto, because the SAP secondaries do a lot of stuff against tier 6 ships. They can do some stuff against higher tier stuff. But against battleships is a little iffy. And without going too much into when you want to use your consumable there, generally speaking, against tier 7 and tier 8 battleships, not at all, unless they're really far away. I told myself I wouldn't say this. Anyway, but with Roma, you can keep your distance and you just start dropping plates on people from 15 kilometers. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Roma gets HE secondaries. So this is one reason why I have my Roma set up completely different now than my Vittorio Veneto. Or Vittorio Veneto. Anyway. But Iachino is a great captain. It is really weird to see him with the abilities that he has. I don't have actually a lot of things that I can do anything super terrible to here. Weimar, Algerie, possible. Brandenburg's pretty well protected against 15-inch guns. Gascon has a stupid amount of armor, and the Iowa is going to have to go really, really broadside to me before I can really punch it. But if you get into a heavy cruiser game, Iachino with this sort of setup is surprisingly deadly, considering where the Roma started out. They get SAP? I don't think that's right. I'll double check when we get back to port, but I don't think that's right. For my buddies, we've got Bismarck, historically accurate, and Suzuya. Kinda. Okay. The other thing is these ships are just gorgeous, and I love them for it. Bronner, you missed part of the boat science. It was at the beginning when I was trying to talk a little bit about how I do some of the things that I do. The only thing I'll say about the statement, the Wichita is fun to play now, is I've always enjoyed the Roma. Did I say Wichita? I have been drinking a little bit. That's how boat science is done. But, like, that shell grouping is really sexy. The armor that this thing has is pretty solid, as long as you're not super broadside to something stupid. So we tapped him just to decap. And at this point, it kind of looks like they don't have any... Somebody's in the cap still. Okay, there you go. Well, we missed him, but we got close enough to decap. My theory there was obviously, or maybe not so obviously, that my front guns would have a better angle on the Gascon. My rear gun would have a better angle on the Wichita. We're still getting kind of crappy dispersion there. Hit him. Thank you. And fire. Nice. Well, unfortunately, this isn't going to work. But if you had the option, would you keep the shell grouping inspiration or double up on dispersion with Al Scharnhorst? I think I'd still probably devote no more than 2 slots to being able to hit things without ever having played a game in Al Scharnhorst. I don't really have a good basis for comparison for how it works versus, say, taking Cunningham. But I do really like de Revel on most battleships. Just because volume of fire can be effective. Let's see here. We're going to take a wide turn.
Allarme incendio.
That's right, gentlemen. I can turn my ship and activate a heal and drink at the same time. Yeah, Lyon has 16 times the detail. Three-quarter speed is not good enough. We should get, there we go, a little bit of love here. That is an island. Scharnhorst is anti-dispersion, so if you want to go with full Sigma, use Cunningham and Iachino. Yeah, I know that they both kind of do the same thing, and that Scharnhorst does a different thing, or Al does a different thing. That was pretty unimpressive. I don't think we're going to be able to get him. This is a good argument for gunlock. There is one of the few times that I seriously screwed myself up by not having a gunlock.
Allarme incendio.
Come on, you know you can't help it. Shoot at me. Shoot me. Shoot me. Kill me. Wait, what is that? Come on. Kill me. What are you waiting for? Fine.
Generatore di fumo avviato.
We're talking about Predator. Boss? Oh man, that is rough. He would have probably preferred to be dead. Just hit him. Okay, fine, never mind. Not done myself a lot of favors here with the smoke screen, but not really a big deal. So I got our back gun off. Got him.
Allarme incendio.
Gascon.
L'incrociatore nemico sta colando picco.
We're going to take the high shot on the Bismarck instead. That wasn't specifically at his target, that was a poor aim. Or at his guns, that was a poor aim. It was more specifically to try to hit upper belt, because I'm never going to citadel this guy from this range or angle. You know, 8,000 damage there. Yeah, I didn't see TB earlier. Are you calling me tuberculosis? Alright. So they have 100 people at the other spawn. This Gascon just needs to burn down, Because I'm just located now. Oh my gosh. Spotted. Probably by a destroyer. Oh, I haven't used my spotter plane.
Corazzata nemica distrutta.
Continue to back up as we pretend that that was 100% skill. We are no longer spotted. Just want to stay in the cap. Somebody should get here for the will to rebuild here in a second, so we're not going to immediately burn our Damacon or our damage repair party. We'll just let this sit like this, which is fine. It's fine because the game is not broken. This is normal. That was not helpful. Who was that? Who died? Oh, he's low too, so he'll probably stick around. That's good. Unfortunately, there is still a destroyer on the enemy team, which means that we're in a little bit of trouble. It's a Benson, so it can't single fire torpedoes. What was that?
Siluri dritti di prua. Abbiamo una falla nello scafo, stiamo imbarcando molta acqua.
Aqua. That means water in American.
Problema risolto, signore.
No. We're fine here, guys. We're fine. Don't worry about it. We're fine.
Ritirata.
Bippity boop. No. Alright, so we're going to lose this game because he's dead and now we're behind on points. And our cruiser wants to fight everyone. I hate to say it, because usually you don't see games like this from me, but sometimes doing nothing is the smart idea. Everybody at once, back up. Hooray!
Danno critico a torretta principale.
That was bad. I want to keep a little bit of an angle on the Bismarck so that my secondaries can continue to fire.
Critico a torretta principale. Allarme incendio.
Alright, so our range of will to rebuild is 2.75, which you can see in the upper left-hand corner. I'm reminded of this constantly by people who tell me that it is one of the nicer things that they've added to the game. But pretty nice set of shells there. And we win the game. No, Frost, we're fine. We weren't. You're actually right. Based on the amount of time I should have healed. But we managed to finish the game in the first place. With both of the punching bag, well, 2 of the 3 punching bag awards. Punching bag awards are, of course, your dreadnoughts, your fireproofs, your unsinkables. Roma, even a better choice now than it was when I reviewed it. And I believe that was the first game that I drove up the middle of the map. Well, that's... The game is highlighting whose fault it is that we didn't win. I'm just kidding. That's rough. Oh man, those guys must be yelling at each other. Peak and Aaron, that's funny. It looks like they both played a pretty great game. Looks like we didn't, and I guess we weren't the only ones. It's a spicy Roma. Alright, dispersion. Let's see if anybody said anything really... Boat science. Mario and Luigi would be so proud. So would Princess Peach. Somebody asked me a question about this earlier, and I didn't say anything about it. This might be the only suitable... This is actually what I usually run it on. Which is... obviously torpedoes plus survivability and being able to predict where my engagements are. A little bit extra speed because it's not exactly fast. And we've got double concealment. I'm pretty okay with all of this. But Usteriot, and here we go. They didn't buff this one. They didn't. Also, welcome back, quarter poundering your mom. They didn't upgrade this one, and they didn't upgrade the Roma. The Roma doesn't need anything, really. I think the Roma's in a pretty good place now with Aechino. Oh, no carrier. There was a part of me that wanted to do an entire stream as the Swedish chef and just be like, here we go into the beer, on the river, another destroyer.
Show them what we've got, chaps.
Gotten wildly mixed reviews on what the Swedish chef is considered in Sweden. He is either a national treasure or a disaster. So, my guess is Swedish chef, very divisive Swedish figure in world history. And Swedish chef is probably the best Muppet ever. You're right, Gecko.
All stations, protect that target. Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
I think there's somebody right here, though. What is that? Thank you, server. I just... Wait, what? Oh my god. Go away. No, I'm not interested.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target. Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Oh, jeez. This is bad. Okay, so this is the end of the game. Ah, we're fine!
Hull breach.
Oh, we're like 1.5 fines.
Problem solved, sir.
Oh, make it stop. Make me go away. Who put this here? Boop. There you go. Wow, it is really weird how the LOD on those stairs.
Enemy destroyer sighted. All stations requesting fire on the designated target. All forces provide cover for that target.
Yeah, do provide. No. Ugh. Why do I hate you? Yep. I was just wondering that exact thing.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
That's right. That's right. You go deal with yourself, whatever that means.
Gute Arbeit.
Okay. I'm feeling alright. I'm feeling alright. Feeling like I've had a couple of drinks. And I feel like it's starting to affect my ability to play the game correctly. But this is not uncommon. How are you quarter pondering your mom? I'm a child. Anyway. Is our rate of fire so high that we can beat him?
Our team has taken the lead.
Yes. We have the technology. Alright. Also, here's some fun facts nobody cares about. But I don't like the color green. But I really like this camo. It is really nice. I like the little stripes. The stripes pull it all together. It's like the carpet in the middle of Lebowski's room. I mean, so far, like this update, like I woke up, I took the day off so I could try to get my streaming stuff to work. It didn't really work. Elgato, still broken, can't fix it. Pretty much sure that is
Victory is in
a
sight.
problem. But no British battle or no German battle cruisers. I was a little disappointed in that. All right, game's over. We win. I get somewhere in the middle. Pretty good guess. Zeton looks like a disaster. It's like, would you like the Gneisenau, but with more firepower to the back of the ship? Like, yes. Wait, who said that? I don't know if it's just nothing. I think there are people who are legitimately happy about um, this is a bad idea. I think there are people who are legitimately happy about things like the new skins. I don't care about them at all. The German battle cruisers are interesting. It kind of looks like they're going to be not very good because they neither have a citadel nor do they have enough penetration to do damage against most battle cruisers or battleships. That's going to be a little bit. So, one of the CMs today used community managers used their secondary targeting thing consumable and started just opening up on an equal tier battleship at close range. Now the problem is that actually increases your accuracy so much that you can see exactly where the computer is aiming with secondary shells, and that is waterline belt on a battleship. That's insane. You're never going to do any damage with that amount of penetration. So he scored 32 hits, 0 damage. And boat signs. Part of the trick of using that secondary consumable is using it at ranges where you're not guaranteed to hit things that you can't penetrate, and not using it at ranges where you guarantee that you'll be shooting things you can't penetrate. And it's a weird thing that I think folks on PC have never really had to deal with. More accurate compared to regular BBs. They described it as more cruiser-like accuracy, but with worse than cruiser dispersion. So like a tighter ring, but a little bit less reliable within that ring versus like the Prince Eiffel Friedrich, which has a tight ring, but or a less tight ring, but very good dispersion. I don't think that's true at all. All right, So these are just out there for fun. Keep turning. Keep turning.
All stations, protect that target.
Avvistata corazzata nemica.
Generatore di fumo avviato.
Go away. I kind of wonder if this is because I'm out of position or if this is just because I have a recognizable name. But this seems a little more than I deserve right now. 2 people shooting at me. Sadly, that's going to miss.
Avvistato incrociatore nemico. Avvistata corazzata
But
nemica.
it missed by enough or not enough. Ooh, nice. Okay, we'll call that a win.
La nostra
Because
squadra è
we
in
actually did
vantaggio.
force a turn that helped one of our teammates. The Toki's gone. We're gonna drink a beer after this, because liquor than beer, something, etc. Whatever. Who cares? I hear they're going to give the CCs all the battle cruisers, so that's cool. I don't know where you've heard that, because I definitely haven't heard that. I won't complain. I'm really interested in playing the Deflinga and the Mackinson, just because they are historically interesting ships.
Teammate, I need your support. Roger.
This looks too close to me. Okay, I have successfully dodged it. Okay, cool. Tommy Boy said it earlier. Tommy Boy may have more money than I do. I'm not gonna say he's wrong. I just haven't. I haven't seen anyone say that. I would love to play all the German battle cruisers. Usually, what they do is they give us some crates, and you usually can predict how many crates we get by some of those opening videos that other CCs do. I'm not such a huge fan of doing those myself. I'm doing my own thing over here. Let's put it that way. Yeah, support me. I agree. I did not expect this New Orleans to make this particular turn, and now I'm gonna miss an island? Yeah.
Bel lavoro.
La nostra vittoria è vicina.
Ow.
Nice work. Attention.
I mean, the Zeton is kind of in exactly the wrong place, because I don't want to play it, because it's just so ugly. And it just looks ridiculous, and it clearly doesn't make a lot of sense from a shipbuilding point of view. All of the other ships I'm curious about. I love the idea of secondaries. Unfortunately, secondaries and Legends, they don't want to be very good, so they're kind of telling you right off the bat that they're going to be bad ships, because they lean into a part of the game that Wargaming wants to specifically handicap as much as possible. And I disagree with the handicapping of that part, because if you want to brawl in a battleship, you have to risk so much. You've got just one ship. It doesn't turn all that well. It doesn't turn all that quickly. And you're gonna go and get in somebody's face. You have to be Johnny on the spot with both speed and your heading. And if you're not, you're dead. Because you've taken a torpedo or something like that. The wargaming position is essentially we don't want people to just go out there and rely upon the computer to aim for them. Well, you're like, if you're doing all this other stuff, the computer's not exactly aiming for you so much as you're doing all of the things that don't matter at 20 kilometers, but all the stuff that does, that's way too far out there. We can hope. Oh, we'll get him with one. Maybe two.
La nostra vittoria è vicina. La nostra vittoria è vicina.
But it's just we'll see. We'll see. I don't have great faith in them. They looked like a heck of a good time to play when the CMs were playing them today. They're, for the most part, relatively attractive. They have a lot of problems in terms of armor layout because they have so many casemate guns, which makes it pretty hard to bounce anything. That was the sound of my refrigerator opening and closing. I currently have a Shinerbach Oktoberfest Märchen style beer. We'll open that bad boy, put that down on the thing, and then re-engage the game. One of the best things about World of Warships, you don't have to pay that much attention to it.
La battaglia terminerà tra 5 minuti.
Why do battlecruisers have limited damage controls? It's straight up gameplay reasons. Our community managers in the stream today said that though there are no abilities to increase the number of those damage controls right now, they are looking at it in the future. I hope that means that they are going to be adding additional historic commanders, somebody like Hans Lansdorf or something like that. Seraph is really inconsistent. If you get in a ship, if you get in a ship with a game with lots of destroyers, or wait, how would that go? If you get in a ship with a lot of games, I'm trying to undrunkify this, or undrunkify and redrunkify it. But essentially, if you get a game with too many destroyers, you can have a really good game. If you get a game with no destroyers, you can end up with kind of a difficult... You were that Belfast. In this game? Which game? couple games ago. We'll play the Seraph and probably embarrass ourselves in our current state of mind. Just for the fun of it. But yes, the more lightly armored targets you have, the better. Skip bombers are basically rocket planes, but considerably more broken. And their torpedoes also work. But you do tend to lose a lot of torpedo planes if you actually want to do anything productive. That's short. Wait. Yeah. Now it's behind him. Son of a gun. He's so far away. Hey guys, I have 69,969 damage. That's pretty cool, right? I will take a Fletcher over Summers all day. I'm not even going to shoot at this guy. I'm pretty happy with my damage total here. Delicious beer. Raise our service cost a little bit here. I think we all know what to say here, but giggity. This guy might have done... Oh, was that you? I was looking on the enemy team. So, congrats, Harry. Good job. You were the best player in the game, even if you are dead. All right, where is this? Oh, it's right there. All right, with the permanent rusted camo. Perfect. I enjoy the rusted camo on several of my Russian ships. As I have said to several people, I have the historically accurate 1943 Tashkent paint job because, of course, it got sunk in harbor. Lol. Anyway, Pobeda, not a real ship, but we've got the same camo on it. I'm just being a jerk. Oh man, I don't get enough credit for being a jerk. Anyway. I just lost a whole bunch of viewers. They were all like, we are fans of Russian history and or present. Like, okay. Why didn't that work? There you go. So we have 2 destroyers on the enemy team, and then just a whole lot of garbage. Whee! Actually, having played several carriers today, These planes are really close together.
Назад! Захватить указанную точку.
Обнаружены силы противника.
Nicht so gut. Does he? Ah!
Истребитель взлет произвел.
So, one of the things that is a good idea to do is try, if you can,
Истребитель взлет произвел.
to son of a gun.
Торпеды слева по борту.
No, go away. Go away. No, stop it. What a jerk.
Большая пробоина. Быстро набираем воду.
Alright. We actually want to stop this.
Автопилот выключен.
So you gotta hit that a couple of times. That'll actually make kind of getting to me difficult.
Истребитель взлет произвел. All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
No, guys. No, no, no. Iowa, Roma, Cleveland. Cleveland, you should have some sort of ability to make this not as bad. That didn't work.
Неполадки устранены.
Is he really attacking me with 6 planes? He's gonna lose all of them. I mean, I guess it works.
Пожарная тревога.
Hello? Could you use your ability to see things that are unseen? See that which is not seen. I really, really want you to do that, Mr. Guy. This is intentional. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. How did that happen? Shoot him! Oh my god. That looks a little short. Never mind.
Команда противника получила преимущество.
Alright, so that was really, really tragic. Hello, I would like you to shoot at this ship. Good job. I mean, like, A for effort. Hello? Don't worry. You can keep your AA off. It doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna shoot you. So that orange barrier is effectively where my torpedoes arm. If he's backing up, I might get lucky and it might arm beforehand. It doesn't. We managed to score exactly 0 damage. Pretty amazing. So there's not an indicator in terms of how long it takes for your fuel to run out. Yeah, that was not a real solid showing by our team. How are we doing on this? Oh, one thing that you should know that was also pointed out, if you get to these levels, I can't see exactly how much you need, but there's actually only one way to get through these sections, and they're marked out with these outlines around the section. You can see here, nothing around this guy. You got this hexagon, this dashed hexagon with little extra borders along the outside of each corner. Apparently, you can only get this done by playing aircraft carriers. In this case, you can only get this done by playing the Ryujo. So they explained that today. This one is tier 8, or tier 8. There are no tier 8. Tier 7 carriers. Kind of an interesting idea. At least if you get all the way to getting your Hakuryu or your Midway, you ought to know a little something about how to play an aircraft carrier, which is neat. But at the same time, I don't know how many points you need to get through that, and so it's hard exactly to say what you'll need to do in order to get through that. If it'll take days or weeks or months or years. I imagine if it's years, maybe they'll edit it a little bit. But I've already put down 30 million silver, which is 15 times what I have right now. I'm going to play maybe 2 more games. If anybody wants to yell at me about what they want me to play, I'll be happy to try to accommodate that. Yeah, at the very least, quarter pondering. What it'll do is make sure. Actually, that's a good point, Tala Ali. I have not played this, but I'm willing to play it. It's good to know that the people who will get to legendary tier in an aircraft carrier will at least have played a few games in an aircraft carrier. Asif, I like your answer. I like it a lot. I do not like Mikasa. Um, I wish I wish it was a battleship instead of a cruiser, which it is right now, and that is not great. All right, so we have not a lot of targets here. We've got 2 cruisers, 2 destroyers. We can do things to battleships, but they can do things to us as well. So yeah, we have nearly 12-kilometer radar. We've got 11.3 concealment, so that's kind of a good combination. It's kind of curious when you look at it. I think usually the radar is left of the heel, but it is right of the heel, so it's down instead of right for me. So they added the Kutuzov for GXP.
All forces, provide cover for that target. Support the allied target. All stations, requesting fire on the designated target.
Башня главного калибра выведена из строя.
So the AL version of Yukikaze is a straight-up gunboat.
Do not let the enemy take the area.
All right, so that's what a Pirata Progression is good at, because we just scored 2 citadels against Baltimore from an insane distance away. Pretty solid, but it's not going to be for everybody, because you have to do a decent job in terms of aiming and other things in order for this to work. What do we got here? Cleveland. Okay, so he's got radar. We'll hope that it's just because of my settings that I can't see his camo.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
But it's possible that he's naked.
C'est qui le meilleur? Belle partie.
Okay, so I'm spotted in some other way other than by this Baltimore. The ship has improved penetration angles. I don't think they're that improved. Yeah, we get 3 pens. No citadels. That's gonna hit a mountain. What are you doing?
Попасть пробойно. Набираем
I have a couple of words for you.
Неполадки
The second one is you. You can guess what the first one is.
strategischen Ziels.
I mean, Asif, like, part of the thing is you have to understand I have basically everything that is possible to turn off, so this game doesn't look completely silly. Turned off. Oh, hi. You might be the reason why I'm being spotted. Please go away. Thank you. Wait, no. Oh, shoot! 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 Ah! Thank you. Thank you very much.
Наша команда получила преимущество.
What am I saying it won't do? The P-Bag is good at penning things. Not necessarily battleships. Oh my gosh.
Близка к победе.
Spotted again. I probably have a couple seconds to worry about this before I really need to move. There you go. Please don't kill me. Oh! Oh! I'm pretty good at this game. We'll go ahead and use that heal since it's not going to work. There's a part of me that really wants to try to cut it hard and get in there and get in the Republic's face, but it's not going to work. I'm going to leave. Thank you. Thank you very much. I just don't know who's saying what isn't good at things. God, what a great sentence. Who's saying that Piotr Boguchon isn't good at something, and what is that something that they're saying that it's not good at? It's good at penning things. I just don't understand. I mean, it's not good at brawling. If that's what we're talking about, you can take the brawling out of the man, but you can't take. Wait. You can take the brawling out of the ship, but you can't take the brawling out of the man. And I just really want to brawl with this ship. It's a bad idea, but I do it. And maybe we'll get to B and actually get it. I will say one thing. Having the radar feels way better than the last time I played this ship. It actually makes it a little bit more interesting, and it makes it a little bit more like the alternate cruiser line that ends in Riga, rather than just, or at least a hybrid of the two. Oh yeah, I mean, things hit islands all the time, or they don't. one might say that 100% of the time they either hit islands or they don't. Good times. Good times. Ulan Błyskawica. Pretty good ship. We're going to go all the way down to one of my personal favorites. There it is. The Dukedausta. Because Asif said that I should play whatever ship I wanted to finish the stream. And we'll call this one the last one, and hopefully we just don't totally screw this up, because I really like this ship, and I like to not completely face plant at the end of a stream. That wasn't... All right, you tell me. You send me a photo when you get that tattoo. So we got Ryujo. Okay, so we're up tiered. Sinop is a little dangerous. Dunkirk is a little dangerous. Everything else looks pretty okay. We're going to go right because there's nothing light on the right side of the map. I use, as you can tell in the lower right-hand corner, HE Dukedausta. I actually don't like SAP on this ship. I prefer the HE.
Forze nemiche all'orizzonte.
If I could guarantee myself a lot of destroyers, I might agree with you, though. In this case, we only have one. And for the most part, you usually only end up with 2, maybe 3 at the most. Go away, please.
Caccia in volo.
Well, I mean, it's in terms of HE versus SAP, there are arguments for both. I just have found with the higher tier stuff, SAP works a lot better. And with this particular ship, I would like that one right there. I just happen to prefer to shoot HE and AP. Huh? What? Why did my... Why has my boat stopped? Nice. How often do I stream? Rumor has it never. There's an argument to be made that that might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but not all that often. I should stream more than I do. I would like to stream once an update, maybe twice, but I think in terms of the number of times that it actually happens, it's more like once every other update on average, maybe less. I appear on more people's streams than I stream myself. Still trying to work myself through all the possible options for how this Scharnhorst engagement is about to go down. None of them seem really, really great to me. Kodos. Isn't Kodos the guy from Star Trek who murdered some people and was pretending to be an actor? I enjoy the idea that it's so rare that people might be interested to show up. It is far from like the everyday sort of thing that you might get out of some of our more professional streamers like Peak or Aaron, who are out there every day, kind of doing what they do, making the best content they can. Now go away. Thank you.
Abbiamo distrutto una corazzata nemica.
What are you looking at here? Okay. I've been trying to get Chili to stream again. He has been evasive. Really enjoyed our streams together, Chili and me. Chili is obviously a really, really good player. I would put myself no more than pretty good. Pretty good player hits this island. A really good player misses it. Oh, Jesus! Kill it!
Abbiamo distrutto una corazzata
Hit
nemica.
him with the shells. What is happening? Okay, he's actually, if you look at the minimap, quite a bit better angled than he appears to be on my screen. But kill him! Make it stop! Okay, that's good.
Incrociatore nemico
La
affondato.
nostra squadra è in vantaggio.
We'll see about that.
Incrociatore nemico distrutto.
La nostra squadra è in vantaggio.
Okay. And we got no crack in this game. But we did pretty good. I have played with Mark AK. Mark and I play all the time. We play every week. And we argue so much. Yeah, no double, but it's fine. This is actually not a bad game to go out on. We got 120,000 damage. We got 4 kills. Pretty solid. Always nice to go out on a win. Come on, Fubuki. You can do it. HE, buddy. HE! I mean, I enjoy the optimism here with the AP, but... Well, that was unnecessary.
La battaglia
No. Yeah, here we go. This is not how you drop torpedoes. That isn't to say it can't work. But at literally any angle other than bow on is better. Hooray! We did pretty good. But yeah, Duke of D'Aosta is a boss. You can play it either with HE or SAP. Here we have the ship with SAP or HE. HE. Does pretty well. Nothing really special going on here. It's just straight up concealment, which is a really good thing to do on Italian cruisers. And then a little extra range, a little extra punch to our AP, and increasing our shell reload. I pretty much only use this build on this particular ship. So Sanzanetti is my Duke of D'Aosta kind of guy. Any word on when Transformers will be released again? I think it's... I don't know, to be completely honest. The earliest is Thursday. I think it is Thursday, but I'm not 100% sure. Thank you, Quarter Pondering. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and catching the stream tonight. I hope we did a little bit of boat science today. Talked a little bit about how boat science is done on this side of things, and I'll see you again in 6 months. No, I'll put out a video this week, maybe 2 or 3. Who knows? But you guys all have a nice evening, and I'll catch you on the next one.